I do want to ask you some questions along the lines of how you've been running your department. Is it the case that any of your predecessors, Republican or Democrat, who have had the high responsibility as administrator of the EPA, have had a 20-person security detail?
I'm unaware of previous considerations in that regard.
Is it not at all relevant to you what the precedents have been with Republican and Democratic administrators in the past?
I'm just not aware, Congressman, of processes prior to my time at the agency on what was considered and what wasn't considered.
Did the taxpayer spend $30,000 for a security detail to accompany you on the trip to Disneyland?
I'm unsure about that. I mean, we took...
That's knowable.
Yeah, the records show that.
All right, so you could determine this. It's not like secret stuff.
The detail, the law enforcement make those determinations on what type of security should be provided. Whether
I've been listening to a lot of the answers, and the answers are somebody else knows it, and it really starting to seem like there's something on your desk with a motto that says, the buck stops nowhere. And you're the guy who's in charge.
Yet, Congressman, I've made decisions to switch and make sure that make changes from first class back to coach.
Well, let me ask,
I rescinded the pay raises to those individuals.
I get it. But
in fact, that's happened.
Let me ask you just about this phone booth, because it's a metaphor. Are you aware that at the EPA headquarters, there are 2 secure facilities where private phone calls could be secure?
And again, I didn't request a SCIF. I requested a secure communication that was not accessible to my office.
I understand that, but you're the boss. So you tell your folks that you want a secure way of communicating. Reasonable request. They're going to accommodate it. The boss is the one who has to make certain that it's a reasonable imposition on taxpayers. And do you disagree with that?
And in this instance, the process failed.
And
as I indicated in my opening statement, those processes will be changed going forward.
Did you ask the question? Here's the question that I think a lot of people would ask, Republican or Democrat, how can I make a secure phone call? And the answer would be, well, Mr. Pruitt, there happens to be 2 places in this building right close to your office where you can do that. Had you asked that?
They're not right close to my office.
Pardon me?
They're not right close to my office.
Well, how often do you have to use your secret phone booth?
It's for confidential communications, and it's rare.
Okay, so on those rare occasions, is it too much to ask you to walk whatever distance it takes for you to get to that secure line?
I guess it depends on the nature of the call and how urgent the call is.
But the point is that you have 2 locations that you can go to when you have to make those rare, secure phone calls. This is taxpayer money. It's taxpayer money. Let me ask you this. Did you have installed, or were there installed, biometric locks on your office?
There were problems with locks on 2 of the 3 doors, and changes were made to those locks. No instruction was given for biometric locks, but that was a decision made by those individuals.
So these things just happened.
There was a process at the agency in that regard, and there was an evaluation.
Well, what's a biometric lock?
I'm not entirely sure.
So do you know? Is it the case you don't know how to open your door? No, seriously, what is a biometric lock?
I don't know. I just put a code in,
and a biometric lock is, it responds, as I understand it, to like fingerprints or some other your eyes, some physical characteristic.
That's my understanding as well.
All right, so you have them, right?
Those have been added to the office, yes.
Why?
Gentleman's time's expired. Chair recognizes gentleman from Iowa.